In a world where trust is shattered and love is tested, one channel dares to uncover the untold stories of heartbreak and betrayal. Welcome to Heartbreak Chronicles, where real-life tales of infidelity are unraveled, secrets exposed, and lives forever changed. Join us as we navigate the complex world of relationships, offering support, understanding, and a place for those who have faced the pain of betrayal. Subscribe to Heartbreak Chronicles now, because every story deserves to be told, and every heartbreak deserves to be heard. Story 1. My girlfriend told me she was with a friend, but that friend was with me picking out an engagement ring. How do I confront my girlfriend about her lie? God, this is a doozy. I swear my life feels like a movie right now. Sorry for the weird formatting. I'm on mobile and this is my first time posting on a sub like this. I am planning on proposing to my girlfriend of 3 years. Now, I suck at picking out jewelry. I'm the type of guy that doesn't see a problem with heart-shaped jewelry, so every time I want to buy something for my girl, I usually consult one of our mutual friends. My girl's best friends are all friends with me as well and we all get along well, so asking them for help picking out jewelry is something I'm used to. When it came time to pick out a ring, I consulted my girlfriend's best friend Justine. Justine and I are quite close and she knows my girlfriend better than anyone, including me. So, when my girlfriend went out to visit her sister and baby nephew, I invited Justine over to the house to help pick out a ring. Justine and I looked through a few catalogs, but decided it was a dead end and it would be better to go to professionals at a jewelry store. However, I didn't know when my girlfriend would be coming home, so Justine and I thought of a clever text to gauge how much time we had. I asked her when she'd be coming home, as I was ordering takeout and wanted to know when to tell them to have the food ready by. She responded by saying it would be a few hours. She met up with Justine to go shopping. Now, obviously this took me by surprise since Justine was standing inside my house. I showed Justine the text, and she looked as confused as I was. It isn't out of the ordinary for my girlfriend to meet up with people out of the blue like that for shopping, lunch, etc. She's a very spontaneous person and loves making plans on the fly. So ordinarily, I would have believed this text in a heartbeat. However, obviously this had to be a lie. When she came home she acted completely normal, and I played along, but it's been really hard to act like everything's fine. We got takeout, ate together, and cuddled on the couch after. So far she's caught on a little that something is upsetting me, but I just can't tell her what. Looking at her kills me. I don't know what to do. My girlfriend and I have zero trust issues and we tell each other everything, so this lie is killing me. I want to ask her about it so badly, but if I tell her I knew she was lying, I'd have to explain why, and I really don't want to do that. What should I do? I know she lied to me, but I don't know how to confront her about it. Should I just forget it? This won't stop gnawing at me. Please help. Edit. I'm sorry for the lack of responses. It's been a hectic day and there's a lot of comments. Thank you to everyone who has commented so far. I appreciate them all. Edit number 2. Sorry again for the lack of responses, guys. It's really been a crazy day. My parents are moving and I've been helping them. Also, I've never experienced this many comments on a post in my life. I am going to talk to her tonight once we're both finally settled and after such a busy day, and I will update tomorrow. Hey guys. Oh my god, where to begin? My last post got way more attention than I could have ever imagined. Suffice to say, it was a tad bit overwhelming. Seriously, the amount of people begging for an update was a bit dehumanizing in a way. Like I wasn't a person going through something, but more so a story. But I understand, haha. I just want to say thank you so much for all of the support and wonderful comments. I got a lot of great advice that helped me tackle the issue head on. I also got a lot of really kind comments and messages. It was awesome. I also got a lot of comments that made me realize how toxic this sub can be. There were many comments that just said things like she's cheating, it's over and don't even confront her, just leave. It's advice like that can ruin relationships that just need a little work. And thank you to the people that told me to hit my girlfriend, told me I was an embarrassment to my gender, and best of all, told me I should encourage an affair because it would lead to great experiences for me later in life. You gave me a good chuckle. On to the update. I decided to confront my girlfriend. I thought about using some of the lies people suggested, but they just wouldn't make sense. To say I ran into Justine somewhere, well, I told my girl I had to stay home and do stuff around the house, and that's why I couldn't go with her to see my sil. To say Justine was helping me pick out jewelry, it doesn't make sense for her to come all the way to our house to help me pick out a piece of jewelry unless it was a serious piece of jewelry. If I just wanted to get her a piece of jewelry as a gift, I'd ask her friends for suggestions or ask them to send me pictures of jewelry she might like. It all happens over text. None of the excuses made sense. So, I decided to be honest. I basically just said that I knew we'd been thinking about marriage and she probably knew a proposal was coming soon, so I invited Justine over to help me find her the perfect ring. And that so happened to be the day that she said she was going to see her, so, what's the deal? She immediately started grinning like an idiot and prodding me about proposing and the ring, but then we got back onto the topic of where she was and she confessed what she was really doing. No, she wasn't cheating, and no, she wasn't picking out a ring for me. So, some people are dog people and some people are cat people. Well, me, I'm a snake person. I grew up with snakes my whole life. but I never felt I was able to get one because my girlfriend has always been uneasy about living with a snake, which I completely respected. Also, the process of buying and raising a snake is very different from that of buying and raising a dog or cat. It's quite complicated. So you could imagine my surprise when my girlfriend showed me a picture of her holding the cutest Kenyan sand boa I have ever seen. Needless to say, my girlfriend was going to surprise me with a snake. We're picking her up next week. I definitely did not expect this and I feel bad for ruining the surprise, but oh well. Life is good. Sorry if this isn't the ending you guys wanted or expected, just a snake, haha. Thanks for reading. TLDR, Snake. Story 2. My wife gave birth to a biracial baby that clearly isn't mine, and I'm divorcing her. But I'm worried about the relationship between my 2 kids and their new half-sister. A month ago, my wife gave birth to a black baby girl. We're both white, so she was forced to admit that the child was a result of a one-night stand last year. I've started divorce proceedings, although we're still living together for now. Between our 2 boys, her infant daughter and her having lost her job due to COVID, living together as amicably as possible until the divorce is settled is an unfortunate necessity. Naturally, I have no ill will towards the baby, and I've been disgusted by some of the comments I've heard from family members, friends, coworkers, and others, all who seem to be fixated on the racial angle of this, as if the most salient part of this isn't that my wife cheated, but that she cheated with a black man and that the baby is black. What really worries me is that my 2 sons might pick up on these narratives. They're too young to really understand what's happening now, but I'm worried that as they grow to understand the situation that they might grow to resent their half-sister for breaking up their parents' marriage. And worse, that their resentment might express itself in a racist fashion, under the influence of the aforementioned racist narratives. Any thoughts on how I should try to influence my sons away from that perspective? It probably doesn't help that we live in a suburb with very few black people and their half-sister is really the only black person my children know. Update. Unfortunately, my last post was locked, but I received a lot of helpful PMs from people. I'm particularly thankful for those who have lived through a similar situation and sent me advice on how this affected them and how to navigate the situation. I'd also like to thank the hundreds of mouth-breathing bigots who spammed my inbox. The big takeaway for me was that if I'd need to lead by example here, not excluding her in any way because of her paternity so that she and my sons would see her as a full member of the family. Also that I need to be more active in confronting the bigoted and ignorant nonsense I've been hearing, and teach my sons to do the same to protect their sister. I've spoken to some of those responsible since and made clear my feelings on this, and that she is to be treated as a member of the family, and that if I ever find out that they've said things like that to my sons or their sister that they won't be allowed around us anymore. I've spoken to my wife about this, and we're more or less on the same page. She's been begging me to forgive her and not go through the divorce, but that's not going to happen. Even if I didn't consider the cheating unforgivable, I just don't feel any love for her anymore, other than a platonic affection for her as the mother of my children. My sons are handling this as well as can be expected. The 4-year-old doesn't fully understand, but is upset by the change in the household. Thankfully, he's easily distracted. The 2-year-old is thankfully too young to comprehend what's going on, but has definitely picked up on how withdrawn his mother has become. They're both fascinated with their new little sister, so there's that silver lining. My wife OTOH isn't in good shape at all. She was depressed even before the birth, and now with everything our divorce, her infidelity being revealed and the backlash from family and friends, PPD, and the exhaustion from raising an infant, she's barely functional. She's seeing a therapist, and I've been pressuring some of our family and friends to be supportive of her because even if they think she deserves it, her current state is making it harder for me and our children. It's become very obvious to me that even after the divorce is finalized, we're going to have to live together for a while longer. She's in no shape to be taking care of 3 kids without someone else around to support her, and I'm not willing to deprive her of her sons by seeking sole custody. It's also too difficult financially, since she's lost her job because of COVID. As for the baby girl, she's healthy and fairly easy by baby standards. Since I've been helping care for her, I've bonded with her and I've discussed the possibility of adopting her with my wife. She can't contact the father, as the only thing she knows about him is his first name. And given our co-parenting situation, it feels like adopting her as my daughter would be the best outcome for all involved. However, there's been a wrench thrown in that plan. It was brought to my attention that there may be a way of finding the baby's father, namely by having her DNA tested by AskReddit. If the father or one of his relatives has also taken the test, we may be able to find him through their DNA match database. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not happy about this. I've already started to think of the baby girl as my daughter, and having him in our lives would massively complicate the family dynamic. Plus, we live in Seattle and she met him in Philadelphia, so God knows how they'd even make it work if he wanted to be the kid's father. However, I recognize that this is a selfish reaction. If we have a chance of finding her biological father, we owe it to her to do so, if only so that she has access to her paternal medical history and so that she can have a relationship with him if and when she chooses to do so. I've read a few accounts by children raised by non-biological parents, and a common thread is their desire to meet their lost biological parents. So that's that. We've ordered an ancestry kit for her, and I guess we'll decide our next steps once we get the results back in a couple of months. Story 3. I found out my fiancée cheated during her bachelorette party, planning on leaving. Don't know how to explain all of this. Basically, I was snooping around last night when I saw her phone tick off. It was a message from her friends about the party. I stayed up like one of those stalkers you see on TV and checked the computer, FB messages with her friends, and found out she cheated during her bachelorette party. By cheating, I don't mean getting a striptease or something, which I would be okay with. I understand it's a bachelorette party, but she actually gave a stripper a BJ and ended up going home with another guy that night. She has this other guy added on Facebook, but the chat merely consists of a "had a good time and it was nice to meet you" convo, which dates back to the bachelorette party. I have, however, read the messages between her and her friends, they have a small group, and found out what she'd done there. It all seems as if it was a one-time thing that happened then, but I'm a FG mess. I haven't slept all night and she is headed for work in an hour or so when she wakes up. I don't know what the FK to do. We are supposedly getting married in 3 weeks. I am thinking of simply packing all my bags after she is going to work and just leaving the flat. It's her family's flat anyway. We were planning on buying a house, having kids, and growing old. I feel I want to throw all of that out the window. I am sitting here smelling like alcohol, feeling drunk and depressed. I don't know why, but I'm more of an angry depressed than sad depressed. I haven't cried since I found out about all of this. Should I confront her? Should I just get out? Should I hear her side of the story? Honestly, I want to just go and get in her FG face and right now, but I don't want to do something irrational. Please help. Sorry for the typos. I'm typing from my iPad and I'm not in a good place in my head right now. Edit 1. I have been reading all comments, both good and bad. Didn't expect this amount of response, but I think I have my mind set on just leaving. I will probably do so while she's at work. I really don't know. I feel a lot calmer already, and I really appreciate everyone's comments. Not going to drink anymore or do anything stupid. I will try to update the post to let you know what's happening. TLDR, just found out wife cheated during bachelorette party and don't know what the FK to do. She going to wake up soon. I will be posting the update here instead since I am still receiving PMs to update what happened. I am not allowed to post in relationships, so I got the advice from someone to post the update here instead. This is the post I posted about 2 hours ago on relationships. Will try my best to update it as time goes by. I will try to be as detailed as possible. I have had quite a few PMs regarding what happened and I got such a big amount of responses which I never imagined would have happened. I want to let you all know that the support I have received has been incredible, which has helped me in taking my decision. I am also sorry for not being able to respond to all the PMs. There's just too many to respond to, but I would like to throw out much love for all of you who took the time. I would also like to give a big thanks on my post to everyone who replied. I tried to respond, but I noticed the thread was closed, but I still want to give a big thanks to the people who took the time to give me advice. Much love to you all. I basically left in the morning to take a smoke. My head was still messed up, but reading all the comments on Reddit helped me. I can't remember who, but there was one guy who said the positive thing about all of this is that I found out before I got married, with no children or attachments. I still don't think she cheated other than this night. Nothing I found indicated anything else. I guess she wanted this to be her last night before settling down or something. I honestly don't know and don't care. When I was outside taking a smoke, about 15 minutes, 20 minutes or something after I left Reddit, she had woken up. She noticed the drinks out and asked me what I had been up to, basically came to give me a kiss and a hug. I followed through with it, but honestly felt empty doing it. I didn't want to give her any hint of what I knew. She asked me why I had been drinking and why I didn't go to sleep last night, and I told her I was just having some nightmares, but everything was fine. I felt detached, like I was watching myself in third person through a TV or something. She asked me if any stress was related to the marriage and the plans. I just told her something along the lines of, "You know I love you. There is no stress I have for the marriage. How can you be stressed about the best thing in your life?" She got herself done and left for work. I basically started packing my most important things, my desktop, computer, most clothes and some other things. I planned on leaving things like furniture, TV and other things I really don't care about more than getting the FK out. I just took the stuff most important to me so that I don't have to return here again. I don't care if she gets the rest. All in all, my stuff added up to about 3 or 4 suitcases, I would say. I called and canceled the venue we were supposed to be having the wedding at. Apparently they take 15% of the money for canceling so early on because we were having such a big event. I told them it's fine and I really don't care at this point. I also saved screenshots of everything and have taken them with me. Around 1 p.m. I called a taxi and went to stay at a hotel around 100 kilometers away from my city. I didn't leave any note or pictures at home, I just left. I am planning on leaving to stay with a really close friend who lives in a town about 300 kilometers away, but I just needed the alone time in the hotel for some time to think everything through and process what's happened. Around 3:30 p.m. my phone starts getting spammed with calls from my ex-fiancée. Around 3:50 I started getting calls and messages from her sister, her friends, her parents, my parents and a few of our mutual friends. The only person I called back was my dad and mom. I have a huge trust for my parents. I basically spilled the beans and told them a nicer story about what happened, asked my dad to not say anything and also asked my mother not to say anything. I told them it's ended and that I won't be getting married no more. I also told them not to tell anything to anyone about what I told them. I trust them a lot, so I am sure they won't say anything. I didn't tell them exactly what happened, just that I found out she wasn't being loyal to me. I didn't think giving details would help in any way. Around 5 p.m. my dad calls me back and is telling me my ex-fiancée is completely hysterical and has basically broken down, completely not understanding what is going on. I just told my dad not to intervene and that I need some alone time now. I basically just shut my phone down and have been staying silent ever since, like a ghost. Been sleeping for a little, went to the pool here at the hotel and have just been taking it easy. I don't know if I should respond to them now or wait some more. Her sister knew about what happened at the bachelorette party. I have the texts to prove it. She even laughed about it and told her not to feel guilty because it's her bachelorette and that women should go all in on this night. I am seriously considering replying to the sister with just an image of the conversation where she is telling her this. Once again, thank you to everyone who replied. I will update this post 1 or 2 more times and then perhaps go silent for a while. I know you are only allowed to do one update on the relationships section. I hope this post won't get closed. Time here is 10 p.m. soon. TLDR, found out my fiancé cheated and I left without saying anything. Not 100% sure what to say or to at this point. Edit 1. Since I still get messages asking what happened, I will leave this edit here. Yes, I did send the proof to her sister. I have since not received any call or message from the sister. My phone is still blowing up with calls and messages from my ex-fiancé. Haven't read them though, yet. Thinking of answering or something, but I don't know what to say or do. Might make another post later today so I can update you with what happened. Edit 2. Thanks once more for all the support. Sorry I haven't updated. A lot of things have happened and I'm too exhausted to write it all out today. I will head to sleep and try to update tomorrow morning with a new post. Once again, thanks for all support and all comments and feedback. I never believed I could have a community help me in such a big way. I might go for a vacation or something, I don't know yet. I will just shortly explain that I really feel like Neo in the Matrix dodging bullets in slow-mo. However, instead of dodging bullets, I have dodged a slut wife, unwanted children with this wife, endless fights and tons of depression. I honestly feel a lot better knowing my life will get better. Shortly said about her, she has broken down and is begging me to take her back, so are her sister and friends. They also come up with the most retarded excuse of what actually happened and much more. I will let you all know tomorrow. Going to crash now, am mentally exhausted.